Means I'll show you the topics that will be covered. See, it will be around 1 month journey, and the journey will comprises of total of 6 modules. I will just brief you about the topics that will be covered in each and every module, all the topics and subtopics. What are the type of contents that we will be delivering to you all? Okay, so roughly it will be around a month training program, which will be purely based on Nokia system, right? So, see, the training program will be not only be applicable to the guys who are already supporting towards the RF optimization, but also to the guys who are like from the non-RF background. We prepare our materials in such a manner that it's gonna help to all the stakeholders, not only the ones which have direct relation with the RF background, but the guys who are going for a career transition, or for your knowledge, for some assessment, for the preparation of interview. Apart from that, on top of all, it should be helpful in your day-to-day deliveries. So it will not be a kind of a typical theoretical classes in which you will all only be given with the theoretical knowledge, a bookish knowledge. It will be not like that, but it will also include some of the live case studies from the real world environment. Whenever we discuss any KPIs or the sub KPIs, I'll be presenting you some of the vital case studies that will outline the problems that were encountered, the causes basically, which we called as root cause RCS, and the parameter plan, the counters that were used for the pre and post monitoring for the performance, so that you can deliver it with the deliveries. And if you're not delivering, at least you will have that, it will help towards increasing your competency, right? So the course objective will be, it will, as I said, that it will be purely on Nokia system. Nokia system means the tech from all the technical aspects, whatever we will discuss, that will be related to the Nokia vendor and not any other vendor. Okay. And before that, I believe that guys should have some fundamental knowledge of 4G. Guys already, I don't think that there will be anyone who will not be having any exposure towards the LTE. So 5G will be like, I know for some of the guys, most of the guys will be absolutely new, but what we will do is we will relate it with the concepts of 4G. And whenever any of the exclusive new terminology comes in the 5G field, that we will be discussing in depth, in detail, right? So let's go with the, I'll just brief you about the modules that we will be discussing. As I told you that it will be a 6 modules program. So module 1, we will be starting with our complete, architecture part, the designing, the architecture part. What is the performance framework? So we will see the different plugin nodes, the components that are in the 5G Nokia system. You know that in 4G, since the traditional technology which we called as BTS in GSM 2G, in LTE we called it as E node B, while in 5G we called it as G node B. So terms are different, but the functionality will be same. But here you have some extension, means your central unit will be further divided into control plane and user plane. So each of those components, which like G node B, control plane, user plane, the distributed unit, the centralized unit, the radio unit, all those elements, all those components that that make a wholesome for the 5G RAN. So we will start with that. I mean, what are their properties? What are their purpose? What function each and every component plays? We will start with that, and we will not be starting with the KPI directly. Otherwise, it will be because in ATS we just follow the simple to complex approach. So first, it's essential to understand, the framework of this technology, 5G. So we'll be starting that. Then, as you know, we cannot, like, as an RF optimizer, we should understand, about the backhaul components also. So we will also see not only from the radio part, we will also concentrate towards our core part also. So we will see what are the core network elements, because whenever you will analyze a problem, so it's not mandatory, it's not compulsory, that the issue would be occurring from the radio part itself. It could be from the, from the backhaul, from the core, from the transport. It could be the operational issues. So at least we should have some fundamental knowledge, which will simplify our analysis, which will simplify our correlating our issues, with the problematic factors. Then we will see the interfaces. Basically, interfaces we can say as a medium. There should be some medium for carrying signals from one end to another end. So those mediums are called as interfaces. In LTE also, you might have gone through the interfaces also. So we have some new terms, in the 5G interfaces. Uh, Plus and minus, the concept will be same only, but how they differ, what are the meaning of these new terms, that we will discuss in detail. Then, the central unit, basically it is divided into control plane, user plane, which we call it as cups architecture. So we will see the benefit, because whenever there is any new concept, there should be some meaning to it, there should be some reason to it, it should come with some advancement. So we will see, what are the benefits, why this 5G is also called as split architecture. First of all, LTE, if you pay attention, LTE architecture, we can say it is a kind of a fixed architecture, fixed base. But 5G focus towards the cloud deployment, edge computing, cloud is the demand, AI is the demand, So because it focus on cloud, it is also called as cloud architecture. So we will see how it is related with cloud. Then slowly we will proceed towards our KPI part. First, we will just revise some of the basic terms. Those you have already would have the knowledge, you have heard. It will be nothing new, but it will be a kind of a kickoff before starting from the KPI part. Then after going through all the concepts of the framework, or we can say architecture, then we will proceed towards our KPI, and KPI will start with module 2, that will be for accessibility optimization. Accessibility, guys, I can say in very classic and very simplified example, it is a kind of a gate, it is a kind of a main door of your house. So if at all you do not open the main door of your house, no outsider will be able to enter into the house. Likewise, it is a gateway for the UE, for your smartphones, whatever the devices you're using, to before accessing a network. So that gateway, that main door, that is called as accessibility. A very, very, live world example. So we will start with the accessibility part, because it is the initial KPI in any of the RF environment. So in that we will see. And one more thing, that in ATS we design the syllabus, as I told you, that we have designed the material, not just to prepare any resume, or not just to showcase that this level of knowledge I'm having, but it should be like competency ready. So whatever topics we will discuss, that will be like that is based on the research that we have done, the prominent questions that been asked in any of the second interview, any of the certifications, as per the customer expectation, because I too work for many of the clients. So we know, in Indian market, overseas market, I mean, all over the world, what's the expectation of the customer. So all those combination, as per that only, we have prepared our study material. So in that, accessibility will start with directly with our RACH call flow. It is a very critical part in accessibility. Whenever you talk about accessibility, the customer, your superior, just expect you that you should know how this RACH call flow happens. So we'll start with that, which will be a breakdown from message 1 to message 2. Each and every topic, as already told you, that we will be discussing in depth, in detail. Then we will start with whatever the KPIs that are related with the 5G KPIs that are related with the accessibility. We will see how they're derived. I mean, how they're prepared. What is their formula? And I mean, from which components that KPI is made up of. Their subsequent KPIs. I mean, the primary KPIs, the secondary KPIs. And because it is 5G, so it comes with two options: the standalone deployment, the non-standalone deployment. Standalone deployment, guys, if I talk about, that means it is a pure 5G in which the radio part, the core part, it operates on a single technology, which is called as 5G. While if we talk about NSA, which is called as non-standalone, so non-standalone, it supports a dual technology. In that radio part is taken care by 5G, while your core For core part, for core services, the existing infrastructure of LT being used. That is why it is called as ENDC, that is enhanced dual connectivity. So we will start with our ENDC setup, ENDC call flow, and along with the live real world case studies, multiple case studies we will be showing you, so that the concept of each and every KPI, the importance of each and every KPI, it will be in a clear cut manner. So in the case study, it will be like we will start with the problematic statement. I mean, problematic statements, the level, the kind of the issue, that are faced by the customers, by the end user customers, and what are the reasons that were found as per the analysis. Then as per those reasons, how that issue being differentiated, categorized, and according to that, we will how this optimization plan would have been prepared. I mean, as per the Nokia parameters, Nokia counters, and the level of improvement that has been achieved, and the summary, the learning points, the observations, the key points in each and every case studies. So with that logic, we will be covering up our accessibility optimization and all the rest modules. So module 2 will be the accessibility optimization. Then after finishing that, we will head towards our module 3, that will be retainability optimization. Retainability is nothing but, as you people would, or even for the participants that have less idea, the retainability is called as the drop rate. I mean, the rate at how much the service should be in continuous manner, without any drop, without any abnormal drop, which we say. So okay, I hope my screen is visible, right? I just need a one more time, I need a quick confirmation. I hope the screen is visible to you guys.
Yes, it is.
Anyone, please, quickly.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, third module will be retainability optimization. That is the drop optimization, headache of each and every, every other service provider. But it's not, headache is not an appropriate word, unless and until, your concepts, your fundamental concepts are clear. There is nothing which is called as difficult, impossible, headache, because customer may gives you very less time. He has given you the contract, so customer expects that you are the master, you're the one who have the superb knowledge of a product. Customer only expect for the solution, for the betterment of its customers, obviously, as always, because customer has invested a lot. So in return, nobody wants to compromise the quality of service towards the end customer. Yeah. So likewise, we will start with complete framework of drops. We will see the KPIs, their formulas, the subsequent KPIs that are related with the main KPIs for the drop rate. We will see about the secondary cell group failures, primary cell changes, all those terms will come. Many of the terms you would have heard earlier in LT. Few of the terms will come, which will be new. So we will be discussing those in detail, along with our, traditional LT concepts also. Because wherever it comes with the situation of comparing with the old technology, that also we will see, so that it will be easy for you guys, to relate and to collect the concepts in a better pace manner. Then we will see the methodologies, some of the ideas, some of the techniques to troubleshoot, retainability. Foremost is the timer optimization, timer tuning, and all you would have done in the LT part also. Likewise, in 5G also, most of the timers are same, but it comes with some additional timers like NR310, NR311. So we will see what different role they play, I can say, in retainability optimization in 5G technology. Then we will see some of the optimization tools that will help you towards prediction of the areas. If I talk about the geographical areas, there should be some mechanism. So there are some tools used by different vendors, different operators, that helps you towards analyzing your drop areas, so that you will be able to differentiate those areas which are having the high density drops towards the medium level drops, towards the low level drops, so that you can prioritize your area of analysis, so that you can deliver a better solution, a concrete and logical solution. So this will be our retainability optimization. Fourth module will be our mobility optimization. Mobility, as mobilization. When you take your laptop or smartphone, any of the or those digital gadget from one place to another place, like from one cell to another cell, or in very rough language, I can say from one mobile tower to another mobile tower. So your continuity of communication should be maintained. It should not be dropped. So that is called as handover, or we can say mobility. So we will see mobility itself is a kind of a vast field, but still for mobility also, we have prepared our content in such a manner, as much as interesting as possible, so that it could not be cumbersome or boring. For that only, for creating a buzz, we have introduced case study after each and every topic. So handover, people who know or who don't know, that handover, this mobility process is divided into two phases: the preparation phase and the execution phase. So we will see what are the KPIs that are related with the preparation, the KPIs that are related with the execution, the factors that degrades your performance in preparation phase, or that degrades your performance in execution phase. That all we will see. And talking about mobility, so mobility is very, very closely related to retainability, drop, because whenever there will be a drop, definitely we can say that those two KPIs are directly proportional to each other. Whenever there will be drop, definitely your mobility will be impacted, or vice versa. Whenever there is a degradation in mobility, it will impact your drop rate. So these two KPIs works in parallel. So that's why we have introduced a topic: drop after handover failures. I mean, the factors, the drop factors that directly impacts your handover failures. What are their diagnoses, their troubleshooting, how to find them, how to segregate them, and how to troubleshoot them. Those all we have introduced. Talking about mobility, guys who have idea, who have conceptual knowledge of LT mobility, that it is based on measurement events that are called as measurement events, or we call in one word we call it as events also. Likewise, in 5G also, we will be going through the 5G events. In LT, you have a total of 5 events: A1, A2, A3, A4, and A5. But for 5G, we have some additional events like B1 and B2. LT, as that if a subscriber goes to such an area where that particular area, if it is lacking the adequate 4G coverage, then at least it should fall back to either to the 3G, either to the 2G, so that at least the voice continuity, the communication for the user should not be terminated. Likewise, 5G also follows the same principle. Suppose you have an area which is deprived of the 5G coverage, the 5G is not dominant in that area, so that if there is no continuity, there is no fallback mechanism to the LT, the service of the customer will be impacted, which will not at all be acceptable. So 5G also follows the same mechanism. In LT, you would have heard the terms like CS fallback, SRVCC. So in 5G also, it has same concept, but with some different style, different mechanism. So those all we will be discussing. And we have apart from all the parameters, all the relevant parameters, some parameters are there irrespective of the vendor, irrespective of the system, that plays a very, very, very important role in any of the RF optimization. So those parameters, those are conditional handovers, cell individual offset, time to trigger. So individually, all these parameters will be discussed one by one in detail with the help of case studies. What role they play, how to tune them, what level of tuning is allowed, and what performance, what improvement it delivers if you tune them appropriately. But one thing is to remember, guys, that see, everything in this world comes with a price. Everything has some advantage and disadvantage. Okay, it happens because see, optimization doesn't comes with any fixed principle, or we can say optimization doesn't comes up with any thumb rule. So whenever you tune a parameter, you should pay attention that on the cost of improving one KPI, it should not hamper the performance of other KPI. So how to check that? How to maintain a trade-off between good versus bad? So those all, will be explained to you with the help of the relevant case studies that I'm already repeatedly I'm saying this. that we will be showcasing you the case studies from the real optimization world that will help you to decide, how to tune them. Because you cannot do any aggressive level of tuning in the step number one. It should be logical, it should follow some principle. At least, whatever optimization you do, it should clarify yourself that, I have tuned this, so this has given me this level of improvement. Okay, this has not given me any improvement, or further it is leading to degradation. Because after making any changes in the customer's network, one prominent and very, I can say, a very primary thing to execute is to monitoring, active monitoring, in order to, before showcasing to the customer, ultimately you have to show the improvement result to the customer. But even if you show the improvement to the customer or to your superiors, they will ask you, what are the root causes, how you did that, what's your analysis. So you should be answerable. So those all case studies, those all discussions will help you to build up such level of optimization plan. Yep, that's why in this also you can see I have mentioned that advanced mobility case studies. Yeah. So until this, you will be completing your module 4. After this, one KPI is left, which will be another a vast area, or one of the important area, that is integrity, or we can say it as throughput optimization. See, talking about the importance of any KPI, it's wrong to say, that this KPI is more important, this KPI is less important. No, that's a wrong word. But there is a thing called expectation cannot be universal. Expectation is just specific, because data usage is growing day by day, users are increasing day by day, the expectations are increasing day by day. Gone were the days, when the buffering of the video is acceptable, you also have to wait, you have the patience of waiting that. But nowadays, many sports events are going on in this era of AI and Gen AI. Even a nanosecond of delay is not acceptable. You're going somewhere, youngsters have a habit to prepare some reels and uploading and all that. You are at one location, you expect, you do the video calling, moreover you have to transfer some important critical data from any part of the world. You cannot say, that I'm in a remote location, I don't have network services, can you please wait for me? Come on, it's not that. Because in this era, whatever the expectation, your network should be such competent that wherever you are, in whatever vicinity, any of the thing, data transfer, media transfer, photos, videos, any of the critical business delivery should not be hampered. You're traveling either by train or by bus, road transport, so data services must be appropriate. That should all, those all phases cannot hamper your deliveries, it should not hamper the expectation of the customers. So in that, in that discussion, throughput plays a very key role. Because as you know, operators, customers, they spend a very good hefty amount towards the marketing, toward advertisements. Whenever any new service comes, it shows the bigger ads, we are the best in this world, we can provide this. You won't see any of the, any of such a massive experience, whatever you. So how they claim that, how did they do that, and what are the background operations, how the guys work towards the, fulfilling that commitment. So for that, throughput plays a very vital role. So similarly, we will follow our same fashion. We will start with all those KPIs, how they are being prepared, their formulas, their subsequent KPIs. Then it is about data. So when it is about data, then it is time to, to go into the layers like MAC layer, physical layer, PDCP layer, DRB layer. So layer by layer, how messages flows, the layer at which your data gets split between the LTE and 5G. Like if I talk about the NSA, or how to control, how to tune that data services to make it better. Because obviously, as you can't stop, you always want to increase your subscribers, but it comes with a cost. It comes with congestion, it comes with the backhaul issues, it comes with the interference, it comes with the cost that whatever speed you have claimed, user will always complain, no, I'm not getting that speed. So how to satisfy them, how to prove yourself right. So those all will be motive behind our topics in the throughput optimization. Then throughput not depends on only few factors, it depends on many of the factors. It is related directly or indirectly, it is related with many of the KPIs. for that blur analysis, carry aggregation, MIMO, transport block size utilization. So 5G technology, it comes with some of the advanced features. For example, if I talk about MIMO rank, which is used to, increase the capacity, deliver the better throughput speed. So LT 4G, you might have gone through the, MIMO configuration, how it plays. But talking about the advanced technology in 5G. So 5G comes with massive MIMO. Now, what is the difference between MIMO and massive MIMO? Like MIMO and LT, where you would have seen that configuration of 2 cross 2, multiple in multiple output, 2 cross 2, 4 cross 4, 8 cross 8, whatever. But this massive MIMO comes with the higher MIMO configuration, like 32 cross 32, 64 cross 64. The capacity has increased. So it comes with massive MIMO or other advanced features also, because 5G, it is not having any place of, jitter, delay, packet losses and all that. So how to minimize that? Because 5G, it is designed to provide the enterprise solutions. Enterprise solutions, if I talk about, there is enhanced mobile broadband services, or you can say remote surgery, where a professional doctor is sitting in one part of the world, but he has to perform a surgery remotely, even to other part of the world. So how to do that? That level of, he's on the live on the network and performing a surgery. So in that surgery operation, in that procedure, even a fraction of delay, it will cost to the life of that patient, as obvious as. So how 5G, plays its role? If you go to a market, you have two handsets. You're going to purchase a mobile phone, one that supports LTE, one that supports 5G. Then as a lame customer, you will say to the shopkeeper that, hey, I'm already getting a good data speed services in 4G. So why would I invest my money in, purchasing 5G? So that's where it makes difference. So those all topics will be covered. Even our case study is also designed in such a manner, which will just answer you such kind of questions. And last session will be, which will be our last session, that is module 6. We have named it as end-to-end performance and troubleshooting. See, this will be a kind of a complete revision, whatever we have discussed since module 1. That is the architecture framework, accessibility, retainability, mobility, throughput. So whatever we have discussed, we will just go through a revision process. Some of the key concepts we will be discussing again, so that, you will not forget it. So this will be our journey. And for each and every session, you will be provided with the recorded video session through application that will be provided to you by ATS, so that, those video links can be referred anywhere. And my personal suggestion, after every session, please replay the recording, prepare the notes. And yes, talking about the question answers. See, here in ATS, we just follow the principle of open communication. It means that we don't follow that practice, that question will be entertained only after the class gets over. No, nothing like that. We always welcome the questions, because unless and until there will be questions, there will be no clarification. So questions and feedbacks are always welcomed in ATS. And talking about the questions, please don't hesitate and don't prejudge that, my question is very silly to ask, or it is not so technical. Should I ask or not? Please don't think about that. We are not here to judge anyone. We are not here to measure the competency of anyone. We are here to learn. We are here to grow. So questions can be asked even in the beginning, towards in the middle of the session, towards the end of the session. Even if you feel that any of the topic that we will discuss is not more clear to you, please stop me, and we will discuss it in detail. Come up with your notes, come up with the questions in each and every session, and we will be discussing in detail. And questions are like, suppose we are discussing like throughput optimization. So we don't follow that practice also, that it is the throughput optimization. So we will not discuss about the module 3 retainability. We will not discuss about accessibility. No, nothing like that. You are our priority. Your questions are our priority. Okay, it's nothing like just we will follow. We will just are here to finish our syllabus. No, it's not a college or a school class. It will be open discussion. Yeah. And talking about the duration, I have already conveyed you that typically 6 modules will take a time period of approximately 1 month. and talking about the class timings. So classes will be strictly on the weekend itself, because weekday, guys are surrounded by the deliveries, the responsibilities. So weekend classes will be there on Saturday and Sundays. So as per the IST, Indian Standard Time, the timing for Saturday, it will be evening class, like 8 to 10. We are discussing here in India, it's 8:30 p.m. So Saturday, as per the Indian Standard Time, it will be like 8 to 10 p.m. and followed by the consecutive next day, Sunday, it will be a morning class from 9 to 11 a.m. as per the Indian Standard Time. Repeating that, classes will be on weekends, Saturday and Sunday. Saturday, it will be evening class from 8 to 10 p.m. And the next day, Sunday, it will be morning class from 9 to 11 a.m. as per the Indian Standard Time. Regarding rest of the part, like fee structure or any of those part, because I'll be delivering all the technical sessions. I'll be here to help you to clarify all your technical doubts. Rest all, please contact to the ATS. Deepak is there, Sogand is there, so you can contact. Either they will contact you, you can contact with them. So they will be the better person, which will communicate you that when the batch will be exactly going to be started. So here I'm just stopping my presentation, guys. So if you have any question, doubt, please ask. As of now, this is just from my end. Like for the demo session, demo session is just to convey you about the syllabus, the contents of that, which will be, and just remember that this will be only for the Nokia system. For other vendors, we take the batches for Ericsson also. That is a separate entity. So we will not mix up the concepts of like, two vendors. When it is Nokia, it will be purely Nokia only. Okay. So as of now, this is from my end. So any doubt, any question, guys? Shrikanya, yeah, please, you can go ahead with the question, Shrikanya.
Yeah, hi, sir.
Hi.
I would appreciate that the modules you're going to cover and
Mhm.
everything you have explained
Mhm.
well.
Yeah.
And coming to my question, if you are explaining all these modules, how come
Mhm.
those are related with Nokia? I have already joined with the Ericsson optimization with Arav already before,
Okay.
and I have gained the knowledge in E&M and everything they have explained well. And
Okay.
coming back to Nokia, what would be
Mm.
the Nokia parameters and Nokia, like E&M, there could be sites for Nokia as well.
Yes, exactly. So
What?
whatever I told you
Uh-huh.
that for each and every KPI, whatever
Mhm.
topics we will be discussing, whatever case studies will be presented to you, that will be strictly will be focusing on Nokia parameters only, as per the latest software release, 24R2 or 24R3 they are using. So whatever counters and parameters that will be used, that will only be on Nokia based system itself. Yep.
The terms
We
are
will not
fine.
mix up. Mhm.
What sites are we using for the Nokia to change those parameters? Like
What
Ericsson,
sites or what platform?
yeah, I mean, what platform? E&M is for Ericsson, we can say, right?
They
Like
use
E&M.
NetAct. Yeah, they use NetAct. They use Web Element Manager. They have the Performance Manager plus plus. They have different modules. They have a complete platform, complete suite, which gives you alarm monitoring, which gives you the facility to log into a particular site, because
Hmm.
it is entirely different from the Ericsson system. You know,
Right.
you logged in through a remote location to. It shows you the complete BTS, the complete connections, complete parameter list. So that is called as Web Element Manager. Okay. And
Hmm.
for taking out the dumps, the KPIs, they use the NetAct tool. NetAct tool
Hmm.
is using, and for one more tool they are using. See, tools can be many. They also use Radar for parsing, for taking the daily dumps, for
Hmm.
parsing, for preparing the XML files. So
Hmm.
whatever will be possible in our vicinity, because see, talking about E&M, talking about the tools, see, they are proprietary based. They're proprietary. They have the license. You know,
Hmm.
so we can't procure, because that is a license limitation. But still, whatever will be possible to you, either through the images or through the network dumps, whatever we could collect, that will be that we will showcase to you.
Okay, if I ask, I know WebEM. Are you
Mhm.
going to explain WebEM tool and what parameters we can change when carrier
Yes,
aggregation,
yes, yes,
or
yes,
NSA parameters, or as you
yes.
mentioned, the KPIs for
Mhm,
throughput and
mhm.
everything.
Yeah.
So, if, are you going to show us WebEM? How can we change all those parameters when we need some configuration side for the customer if they are asking us to change as per their requirement?
Yes, we'll be
So,
showcasing to you. Yes, we'll be showcasing to you
okay,
because
gotcha.
we have a demo version of it. Because as I say, they're talking about tools. See, they're proprietary. So we obviously we cannot log into the live network, right? So
Right.
rather, if we can arrange a demo, kind of a demo file, offline file. So that is also, that will be directly helpful to you. So yeah,
Mm,
that will be showcased to you, Srikanya.
gotcha. Thank you,
Thanks
sir.
for your question, Srikanya.
Yeah, I used to work for T-Mobile. I can have
Okay.
easy case with the WebEM and ENM
Yeah,
as well.
that's
Yeah,
great.
if I
Yeah,
learn all this, I can get the configurations and
definitely,
can
definitely.
understand. I'm the support engineer for T-Mobile actually.
Yes, 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 you can. So don't worry about that. Whatever be the possible, that will be showcased to you. Okay.
Sure, thank you.
Any other of our friend having any doubt? Because I can say some guys are there like Alabi, Roshan, who are already part of our regular batch. That's good that you're here because
Mhm.
vendor
Hello,
is
sir.
different. Yeah.
Hello, sir. My name is Deepak.
Deepak. Yeah.
Yeah, sir. Sir, can we
Mhm.
provide internet services to non-terrestrial networks using satellite, LEO satellites?
VSAT communication, that is a different topic, buddy. Here we are here to provide
Okay,
RF
yeah, yeah.
optimization.
Yeah,
That is a VSAT communication.
possible to provide to non-terrestrial networks using satellites?
No, no, no. That
5G
follows
only.
because that frequency, that spectrum is entirely different. VSAT and all that,
Oh,
satellite communication. That is different. That is not a part of it. Even talking about mobile communication, that every time when the bidding goes on from the try, whatever spectrum has been distributed to different operators, some part of the
oh,
spectrum is reserved for the defense services, for the military purposes. You cannot buy. They also follow the same terminology, but you will not be able to access that part because that is for defense purpose. So we said if I talk about terrestrial, it is entirely different principle, different terminology. So there is no direct link I cannot state with that. Yeah. So
okay.
yes,
Not
uh,
only VSATs,
mhm.
for mobile communications also, is it possible?
Yes, for mobile communication
Like
that is
for
definitely
calls, for
possible.
data?
Yes,
Yeah.
yes. If you have some scenario like that, please come up. Okay, let's have the open discussion. Why don't we? We
Oh,
can discuss it, right?
yeah.
Because such discussions also helps in enhancing, helps to open the more insights to the other participants also. I already promised that it will be open discussion. So if you have such kind of case study, I just request you please come up with that in our batch. Okay.
Oh, oh,
Yeah.
thank
And
you.
thanks guys for your, spending taking your time for going through a demo session. And let's enroll fast, and then let's start our batch as early as possible. Then we will go in detail, right? So that's all from my end. That's the demo session. This is Gaurav. So please contact with the ATS and just know about the registration process, when the batch is going to be start. I am really interested to see you all in the next batch. Okay.